Hey, what's up, YouTube family? It's your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Yes, just black people in Nebraska. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's presentation because I'm back for another one. Today we're going to talk about unexpected faces in ancient America. These heads you see on the screen were created about 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. Their provenance extending from the region now occupied by Mexico to Ecuador and South America. The term Hispanic generally refers to the people with cultural ties to Spain or Spanish-speaking countries. I'm going to say, again, as the source information, so some of the things I'll say right here is from the source, not from me. Hispanics are a part of a group that is no older than 500 years old on this planet. They can't have ancient history discussions with us because we belong to the oldest group of people on the planet and we are documented all throughout human history. Hispanics and vast majority of Mexicans literally have a birth date that begins during the colonization period. A people that have only been on the planet for 500 years could never claim a history or a civilization that dates back 2,000 years or more. On the whole, there are many reasons which lead us to the conclusion that the primitive stock of men were probably Negroes, and I know of no argument to be set on the other side. The source is Pritchard J.C., 1851, Researches into the Physical History of Mankind, London, Holston and Stoneman, N.J., and A. Arc Volume 5, page 238 to 39. The most ancient traditions induce us to believe that the Negroes were the first inhabitants of Mexico. That source is El Pueblo de Mexico, Historia General de Mexico, 1919. It is undisputable that in very ancient times, the Negro race occupied our territory, Mexico. This race brought its own religious cults and idea, and that source is Mexico a Través de los Siglos, Volume 1, page 63 to 67, Mexico, 1887. And this source is a source that is of Mexican Hispanic heritage. It is likely then, we repeat, that long ago, the youthful America was also a Negroid continent. Source, Estudios Arqueológicos y Etnográficos, Volume 1, page 270 to 73, Madrid, 1920. The oldest inhabitants of Mexico, according to some, were Negroes. The existence of Negroes and of giants, is commonly believed by nearly all the races of our soil, and in their various languages, they had words to designate them. And if you don't believe in giants, then you must not believe in the Bible, because in the Bible, there were giants. I've heard people not believe in giants, but they studied the Bible and they believe in the Bible. So, because of David and Goliath. Goliath was a giant. Source, Historia General de Mexico, 1919. The Negro type is seen in most ancient Mexican sculpture. The Negroes figure frequently in the most remote traditions of some American pueblos. It is to this race doubtlessly belongs the most ancient skeletons, distinct from the Red American race, which have been found in various places from Bolivia to Mexico. It is likely that, we repeat, that long ago, the youthful America was also a Negro continent. And that source is Carlos Cuervo Marquez, Estudios Arqueológicos y Etnográficos, Volume 1, page 270 to 73, Madrid, 1920. Now, those two or three sources I read, most recent sources I read, were those of Hispanic heritage. All right, YouTube family, to finish this off, I want to read some scientific information to kind of back up the things that were being said. So let's go ahead and get started. Genetic evidence for two founding populations of the Americas. Genetic studies have consistently indicated a single common origin of Native American groups from Central and South America. However, some morphological studies have suggested a more complex picture, whereby the Northeast Asian affinities of present-day Native Americans contrast with a distinctive morphology seen in some of the earliest American skeletons, which share traits with present-day Australasians. I butchered that. I know I did, but it's all good. Indigenous groups in Australia, and that's what they mean. Indigenous groups in Australia, Melanesia, and island Southeast Asia, meaning the current Native Americans, modern Native Americans that you see, are more genetically closer linked to Asians, and the other group is more genetically related to Aboriginal Australians, which they're pretty much Negroes. Cranial morphology of early Americans from Lagoa Santa, Brazil, implications for the settlement of the New World. Walter A. Neves and Mark Hube, abstract. Comparative morphological studies of the earliest human skeletons of the New World have shown that, whereas late prehistoric, recent, and present Native Americans tend to exhibit a cranial morphology similar to late and modern Northern Asians, short and wide neocrania, high orthognathic and broad faces, and relatively high and narrow orbits and noses. The earliest South Americans tend to be more similar to Australians, Melanesians, and Sub-Saharan Africans. Narrow and long neocrania, prognatic, low faces, and relatively low and broad orbits and noses. So, listen, the information that I bring is going to be sourced. Okay, some people you may not like this, you may not too much care for it, but don't get upset with me. Get upset with the source. Okay, and if it's not true, then bring information to the contrary. But when you have sourced information, you bring information to the forefront, and it's and somebody can back it up with sources that are that can be confirmed. You know what I mean? That are legitimate. Then it must be talked about. It has to be talked about. I don't think we're saying that black people are we're the only people on the Americas. No, we're not saying that. But we're saying we were here and we weren't all in Africa. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy that information. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. If you got something to say, if you don't like it, don't care for it, don't agree with it, hey, man, let me know. It's all good. We can agree to disagree. There's an art of agreeing to disagree that is lost, that we need to find again. You can disagree with somebody. You can disagree with somebody and still have respect for them, and still treat them like a human being. So that's what we need to go back to. And you know what? And presenting information to back up what you believe in. This is what I believe in, and I found this isn't the only information, the only source that I can bring to confirm it. But it's all good. This is healthy research right here, because like I said, like Napoleon Bonaparte said, history is nothing but agreed upon lies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna probably drop some more heat today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. So hey, it's your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Yes, there's white people in Nebraska. Have a beautiful day. Peace.